I'm very pleased to be joined with Canadian country award-winning artist Gord Bamford right now. Gord, thanks a lot for joining me.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Let's talk about, you had a tour coming up, and of course that had to get postponed, and you did move some dates because of the COVID-19 pandemic. What was your initial reaction when you found out that not only was your tour kind of put on hold, but also just the fact that you had to kind of move some dates around?
You know, it was really disappointing. I mean, I was so excited about the tour, with the concept of the Redneck Music Fest, and having all those great Canadian acts out on tour was amazing, and so much different demographic of country music. So it was really disappointing not to be able to continue it, and obviously everybody's in the same boat now, but. Yeah, we're really disappointed. Our agent did a great job of rescheduling it, but unfortunately, I think we're going to have to move it again, and I think probably into 2021, unfortunately. But definitely going to keep it going, and look forward to the day of getting back out and playing live music.
Absolutely, and of course you have some new singles out right now, including White Oak Cathedral and Just Let Go. Talk about some of the inspiration behind those two singles.
Yeah, I know they're very different songs. This new music that we recorded last year, a whole bunch of it, like 40 new songs, kind of had every type of country music, really, from the more traditional stuff to the more, I guess, call it radio friendly stuff, which is in Just Let Go. White Oak Cathedral is just available on any streaming platforms like Apple Music or Spotify or Amazon, anything like that. But this is getting a great response. It's all about being outdoors and coming into yourself with nature, and basically God finds ways into people's lives in different ways, and being out in nature and in the wide open space for me is one of them. So that's one of my favorite songs. It's doing well on streaming, and Just Let Go is starting to take off on the radio. So I mean, that's all we can do right now is just keep putting out music and through different platforms, and continue to do that, and spend time on our social media, and be creative that way. So that's kind of what I've been trying to do.
Now you mentioned being creative on social media. I've seen that of course you do some songs, you do some videos, you get a lot of your family involved as well. How important has that been for you to create that content for your fans?
Well, it's really, taken off for us. I mean, it's kind of weird that we weren't doing it before. I guess this whole COVID thing's kind of made us do that. But, it's a little, for me, I've got to really search for the social media stuff. But to have the family involved, my daughter's been doing some stuff on there, and it's been fun, and seems to be really impacting for us. I mean, it's just what we do. It's just real, and yeah, it's one way to stay connected with our fan base out there and hopefully bring in new fans.
Absolutely, and of course your new album Redneck, which is going to be your 9th studio album. When does that come out? And I guess for this album, how does it compare to some of your other ones?
Well, we kind of had a plan of putting out the Redneck Lifestyle album, which has kind of been put off now, unfortunately, with everything going on. So we don't really know when the next project's going to come out. What we do know is that it's going to be a big one. There's going to be 15 to 18 songs on it, and hopefully there's going to be a tour that we can go out and promote it. But fortunately for me, I spent most of last year not touring, which, in hindsight, I wish I would have after this year, but recording a whole bunch of new music. So we've got a lot of new music that hasn't been heard, and we'll find ways to get it out there, and then put this big project together and go on tour. Kind of aiming for early 2021 now, and we're working through that with my agent at the moment, and we'll be making some announcements later on as to when we'll be out on tour. But it'll be the same sort of thing. It'll be all Canadian artist based, and more of a a mini festival, a day festival with a bunch of different artists, and we'll take the new record out and use that as a platform to launch it, I would think.
Absolutely. Well, we can't wait to see you back on stage along with many of the other great artists out there. So Gord, thanks very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.